Butch Carungay is another one of Cebu's creative forces. His avatar accessories has gone global and is the only Asian company to win a prestigious award in Paris for design. Butch was also recognized as Entrepreneur of the Year for catapulting his company to world fame when he was only 25.
So Butch, you've been doing Avatar for how many years now?
About 8 years or 9 years. We started 2000 actually, so yeah, we're entering our 9th year next year.
What was it like in year 2000 and what is it like now?
Completely different. I mean, I came back from the States 1999 and coming from a very different industry.
Finance?
Yes. Actually, no, management consulting, but I studied finance in Wharton. Came back, to help out the business. Actually on vacation, then helped out my dad on one show and decided to stay. Back then, I mean, competition was not that big before. It wasn't so intense, and that was a time when business was starting to, to do really well again. So I was one of the first of the new breed to actually come back and do new things with the company.
Butch's family has been exporting shellcraft and accessories worldwide, but when he returned from the business school in Wharton, he took the family business a step further by giving it a design element.
And so you started experimenting and creating new materials and
playing around with new techniques and bringing new thinking into the production process and the design process as well.
Okay. Well, now that the landscape has changed in business and globally,
drastically,
the whole world,
this year,
how are
2
you,
months.
as a designer, a creative entrepreneur, how are you addressing the change?
Well, when we started, we were really somewhere in between. We're a bit more expensive than your regular Asian supplier, but we're also cheaper than the French or the Italians, for example. So we were somewhat in that middle market. And over the last 3 years, that middle market has really shrank a lot. So maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the middle went either really expensive, meaning branded, or very cheap, mass market. We tried doing the super high-end, but then realized that our brand was not known yet abroad, so didn't really work. So we had to shift a lot of our production, our capacity to more mass market items, like selling to the department stores, but like in bigger volumes naman.
Okay.
Just last year, Butch moved his company to the new 11-story Avatar Style Center in Lapu-Lapu City. It's the largest of any fashion accessory company in the Philippines.
This is your building?
Yes.
You built it?
We built it, designed it, the interiors. It's a reflection of our style. I mean, we're kind of eclectic in the way we do things. We draw inspiration from pretty much anything in any period, and we're not afraid to use materials that normally we would not use for, say, a wall. So you notice outside we use coconut chips, and then you actually see it in our banyo also. It's like,
so coconut chips, like
they're part of our jewelry, and then we just put it in the wall.
Great. Tell me about the structure. What's your concept with those louvers?
Yeah, it's pretty simple actually. It's basic. It's a basic rectangular building, but then for the focal point, we decided to draw inspiration from like a faceted gemstone. That's why you'll see that the metallic front is the cladding is sort of shaped like this trapezoidal thing with different